Hello guys, short video, sort of short video, I don't know how long it will be. I don't script videos anymore. On the Shinobi demo, the new Shinobi demo. Actually, Sega in general is kind of on fire this week because there's been the Shinobi demo, of course, to counter the release of the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, but also the new Virtua Fighter gameplay, which is really looks really fucking good. Maybe I'll make a video on that one as well. I don't know. We'll see. But this video is about Shinobi. So the Shinobi demo, I have to say, I think I've said it in my previous videos. When it comes to 2D games, at least in the past, I always thought Shinobi is the superior franchise when it comes to Shinobi versus Ninja Gaiden. While in 3D, Ninja Gaiden was better. Ninja Gaiden Black is much better in my opinion than any 3D Shinobi I've seen. I haven't played the 3D Shinobi, I have to be honest. The one on PS2. It's one of those games I have to recover. But from what I've seen, the gameplay is not as good as Ninja Gaiden Black. So just food for thought. We'll see maybe in the future in a possible comparison that I'll make. But when it comes to 2D games, I always thought Ninja Gaiden was sort of inferior to Shinobi. Because I mean, what 2D Ninja Gaiden games are there? There are the NES games, which are the most famous release. Then there's the arcade game, which is kind of ass, honestly. I've never liked it much. Yeah, it looks cool, but the gameplay is kind of eh. It's one of those games, those mid-80s games that at the time seemed cool, but playing it now, honestly, it doesn't age that well. And so while instead of Shinobi, when it comes to 2D, has always been more refined as a series. It has had its own fair share of experimentation going on, mostly with the portable games, like with the GG Game Gear Shinobis, that were a mix of Metroidvania with a little bit of Mega Man. I mean, or you can just say Metroidvania, because you could choose the stage where you can begin your story, your adventure with, and then you can go back to the stages to explore them fully after you unlock new abilities. So it had a cool spin, while the arcade games and the home console games were more like classic side scrollers, you can say. So from one side to the next, from one side to the other of the screen. So they weren't Metroidvanias with the exploration, let's say. They were just straight up side scrollers. And then after the 16-bit games, I kind of stopped following Shinobi because the Saturn game was kind of bad, honestly. I mean, I don't know, honestly. I don't know if it was bad. I despise its art style. I see that game and the digitalized art style doesn't look good on Shinobi. So I never played that game. And then yeah, there's the PS1, which was the last one, I think, made from Sega, and I haven't played that one yet. So, but yeah, I stopped following Shinobi after let's say Shinobi 3 on Genesis, on Mega Drive. So with this new release, what do I think? With the demo at least, because this game is another Sega franchise that hasn't seen a new release in a lot of years. So like, I think Shinobi 1 was released in Shinobi 1 on PS2. The PS2 entry was released in like 2003, 2004. So it's been 20 years, I think, more or less. from the last Shinobi game. So this one is made by the same studio that made Streets of Rage 4, and you can see it with the art style, which I have to say I'm not a fan of because it looks kind of Western generic. I never liked this kind of art style, honestly. I didn't like it in Streets of Rage 4. I don't like it now. It looks too generic and too Western for my taste. It's not. Is it bad? No, it's not an ugly art style. Like I would call an ugly art style the one, for example, in the Super Street Fighter 2 HD remix. That's an ugly Western art style. This one, no, it's. I mean, it's okay. I just personally don't like it because it looks kind of generic, honestly. Kind of generic Western comic booky style. So not my favorite. When it comes to also to the game as a whole, it kind of feels like one of those generic Metroidvanias, open world, like kind of like Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Like these games at this point are a dime a dozen. Like a lot of indies nowadays play like this. So it's not like kind of unique or anything like the previous Shinobi were, in my opinion, because the previous Shinobis, at least when it comes to the art style, were more focused and tried to play it more with a mix of realism but also slightly cartoonish style, let's say. Like the graphics were mostly oriented towards the realism. Like the world looked realistic, of course, in 16-bit graphics. Like as much as you can make a realistic 16-bit graphics world on the Mega Drive or arcade board, an old one. But yeah, it looked like 80s, 90s Japan, let's say. Now, I'm not saying the game should have an Unreal Engine 5 graphics super realistic, but I think they should have gone with a more like grounded art style, kind of similar to what Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is doing. I have to say, I have to be honest, I prefer Ninja Gaiden's Ragebound art style because it looks more like, close to the source material, to what I expect a ninja game to look like. Let's say to a 2D ninja game to look like. This one, it's nice to look at. The graphics, like the sprites, everything is in HD. I think same as Streets of Rage 4. Same. I think it's the same animation technique and everything, but I don't know, I just don't feel it. Also, the game is very like platforming focused. So if you don't like this kind of thing, like there are platforming challenges, like straight up platforming challenges that like kind of kill you in one hit, but you get like teleported back if you fail. Like for example, if you touch the spikes during a platform challenge, you get teleported back to your previous checkpoint within the challenge, let's say. So it's yeah, I don't know, depends whether you like it or not. Very common for indie games. And yeah, so the game has a lot of stuff in it. There's a lot of moves, nimpos. It seems also from the menu from the demo that you can play as different characters. You can unlock different like different katanas as well. So it seems to be like a very complex game in terms of combat as well, because there is a lot of moves. Probably in the game there will be more moves and everything. There's a store where you can buy moves. So like it's very deep. I think it's, in terms of raw gameplay, it's and combat system is slightly deeper, a bit deeper than Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Because Ninja Gaiden Ragebound feels a bit mushy. Like there's no combos, let's say. no straight up pure combos like in this one. In this one you can freestyle quite a bit with different moves and everything. So it's a different approach. Of course, to pass full judgment on the combat systems, you have to try the full game with all the moves unlocked. But I mean, as far as the demo goes, as far that both demo go, so the demo from Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and this one, I think the combat seems slightly deeper, a bit more deep in this one. But it's also a matter of taste, honestly. Both games seem very fun. I already made a video on the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound demo, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. But I overall like the game. I think the gameplay was fine, very snappy and everything. This one is a bit more stiff as well when it comes to the moves. There's dial-up combos, kind of like in a fighting game, let's say. So it will be very interesting to make a comparison when both games are out in their full versions. Am I gonna get them? I don't know. I think I would like to get them both. We'll see if time allows, money and time allows. I have to see how much I can get them, honestly. If it's around $20, yeah, I'll probably get them both. But if it's more, I'll only get one for now, I think. I don't know which one I'll get. I'll keep playing the demo of this one, of Shinobi. I've played the demo of Ragebound quite a bit already, so I'll replay the demo from this one as well. It's also, I mean, the game shows how much combo focused it is, because they even give you a training like stage in the demo. The same one, same style of training stage as in Streets of Rage 4, let's say. So the devs really want you to get familiar with the combo system and how the moves work, which I like, honestly. Every game should have this. Every game with combos and mixing things up with various moves should have a training system, like a training stage, let's say. So this is what I think. The game it plays good, feels good. I don't like the art style. It feels kind of generic, honestly. Like there's a lot, like I said before, there's a lot of indies that look like this, that with this kind of platforming. But it does feel like Shinobi. It feels like an indie game with a Shinobi skin, but it's still fun to play, and it is somewhat faithful to the franchise, even though the original franchise was something different overall when it comes to the 2D games. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know which one you'll buy, which one you like more, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.